For 2-year-old Chasity, enjoying the outdoors with family and having fun is her daily routine. But her start to life was anything but easy. Her story at Roswell Park begins back when she was just 5 weeks old.
The day she was born, she had like a whole bunch of red patches all over her body. I noticed something just wasn't right.
Well, the whole joint venture that allows us to care for children between Roswell Park and Children's Hospital really allows us to best care for the children.
So I happened to be on call the day that Chasity came into the emergency department. She looked gray and was incredibly limp. And when they got the results back, everyone was just astounded. A normal white blood cell count for a child is about 10,000. And hers was over 800,000, a clear-cut sign for leukemia. She really was kind of on the brink of dying. She was that sick. So we immediately admitted her to the intensive care unit where we had to resuscitate her and to, really bring her back. She was that sick.
This is a 5-week-old baby diagnosed with leukemia. How long did she have this for her to be at this state?
When it presents, in babies, particularly a baby as young as Chasity, only 6 weeks old at the time, the prognosis is terrible. With typically only about 20 to 30% of children, being able to make it.
The treatment options were limited. We knew that we could make a choice to try to do very aggressive therapy. And in this case, it would be the CAR T cells, as well as following that with a transplant to try to solidify that remission.
I was kind of scared, and at the same time, I had all my faith in them.
This is a rare type of leukemia, but in my experience over, the last 25 years or so, I know how bad this is. I've taken care of other children, and conventional chemotherapy just doesn't work. So I knew we needed something different. This was kind of the equivalent of a Hail Mary approach. We got enough cells, we sent them off to Novartis, they make the cells and then they sent it back to us. But then the T cells themselves are not without side effects. She went into it with active leukemia.
Even though we saw her cells, her bad cells, her lymphoblasts, the leukemia cells start to rise, we suddenly started to see her have some of the reaction we expected.
Don't nothing stop her. Don't nothing stop her. Yeah, she might, be down throughout some of the chemos. Yeah, she might not be herself, but guarantee it's going to be a light at the end of her tunnel because she always bounces back since from day one.
She started developing, some fevers and some blood pressure changes that had us worried that she was developing this, terrible immune response. And I remember going to bed around 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning and I just couldn't sleep. So I, quickly logged into the computer and looked up her labs and she had turned the corner. Never needed dialysis, never needed to be put on a ventilator. And she just continued to improve.
I look at her as our little miracle. With the use of CAR T cells, she's now walking, talking, and has little to no side effects that we see.
I can honestly say she keeps me on my feet now from the time we get up, from the time it's time to go to bed. She loved the outside. She loved it. She really do.
From day one, we was in tune with Roswell. Dr. Kelly informed us that the team from Roswell will be working with the team at Oshai Children's for our babies. Without them, I don't think we'd be here today.
She was, the youngest patient we treated through this type of CAR T cell therapy. To be able to do this in such a young patient is really quite remarkable. She's thriving, she's growing, she's, a normal toddler. Our goal is not just remission, it's cure. I think we've gone from about, less than 5% chance of surviving to pretty good, like over 90% chance of surviving. So just to be having this conversation today is it's really, really quite amazing.